installment of Ranting and Racing under the auspices of Better Late Than Never. I am your host, Jon Phipps, and I am joined this week by Landon Rock. Hello, sir. There he is. I think he's muted as well.
No, hello.
Oh, there he is. There you go. I thought for a second that he was muted. And we're being joined again this week by our friend, Mike Council. Hello, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And true to his word, he is eating a Martinsville-style hot dog. He's a man of his word. So, yeah, we had a pretty interesting weekend of racing this past week. We had, and I must submit a correction. First of all, last week on the show, we said that all three of the National Touring Series for NASCAR would be in action at Dover. That was not the case. We had three. But we made predictions on a truck race that didn't exist.
You know what we should do?
What?
Hold the truck predictions over for this week.
Nah, that's cheating. You can't do that. Come on.
I'm just saying.
We can't. You can't do that. Nah, we can't do that. So, yeah, we had at Dover, we had the Cup Series and we had the Xfinity Series. One race was won by a Hendrick driver and one was won by a Hendrick-related driver. And that one right there called both races of the Dover weekend. He called Josh Berry winning the Xfinity race on Saturday. And then he called also Chase Elliott winning the Cup race on Sunday afternoon / Monday afternoon. So we'll start with Xfinity. And like we said, Josh got the win and I don't want to get up in the middle of everything and look for it. But I am a fan of Josh. I was happy, just over the moon, to see him get the win at Dover, Delaware on Saturday afternoon. So, gentlemen, talk a little bit about that Xfinity race. What stood out? What grabbed your attention most?
I didn't watch any of it, sadly.
So,
I'm right now just catching up on highlights.
At least he's honest. Landon, what say you?
There was a lot of passing, especially between the leaders. Justin Allgaier and Josh Berry were going at it, doing crossovers and everything. That was fun to watch. That was awesome.
Yes, it was.
I'm an Allgaier fan, so I kind of wish he won it, but I love Berry too, so I can't be mad.
Yeah.
Great race. It was great.
Dover's getting this fun habit in Xfinity of having these bananas finishes. Remember a couple of years, I think, was it 2019 or 2020 that Allgaier and Gregson had that knockdown, drag-out battle for the win? Was it 2019?
No. I want to say it was 2020.
It was 2020? But yeah, Dover those Xfinity cars at Dover, you were right. There was a lot more passing than we've seen in years past.
They could use the top line.
Yes. And one thing I found pretty funny from that Xfinity race, Sam Mayer wins the stage. I believe that was his first ever stage win in Xfinity. He comes onto pit road, gets 4 fresh tires. As soon as he leaves the pits, tire comes off the car.
There she goes.
Yep, tire comes off the car. and that set Mayer back, but he did rally back to have a really good finish. I think he finished 5th in that race, maybe 6th.
Yep. 5th.
Finished 5th, Mayer did.
JRM was all in the top 5.
Yeah. And it seems like also that Dover is like the coming out party for JRM in the last few years.
Chevy.
Like they always
all of Chevy was fast in Cup. They were fast in Xfinity. JRM was there. Hendrick swept last year. That's a Chevy track. They're really good there.
It is. Why do you think Johnson won
Also,
there like 10 times?
Speaking of Mayer, it was just made official that his crew chief and 2 crew members have been suspended for 4 races for the wheel coming off.
Really? So they carried that over to Xfinity.
Yep.
I knew they had that rule in the Cup Series, but in the Cup Series, it's a different kettle of fish. You've got the one central lug nut, whereas in Xfinity, you still got the 5 star pattern lug nuts. So that's it. That's interesting to see
4
that
race
rule.
penalty.
Yeah, that's interesting to see that rule carry over. We'd not seen that in Xfinity before. And
I kind of like
speaking
it though.
of
I like it being even across the whole landscape.
Yeah, I do respect that.
Whether I think 4 races is harsh or not, I don't know. I haven't decided that, but I'm glad it's consistent.
I wonder what here that inspired. Speaking of lug nuts, there is one of them. One of those old lug nuts. I should have bought one of them when we went to Hendrick.
Penske.
Oh yeah, Penske. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Oh.
By the way, those lug nuts, they don't look like much, but they do have a little weight to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They weigh a bit.
Just an interesting observation there. If you wear baggy pants and put one of those things in your pocket, it will go around your ankles. So thank God I didn't test that out during the last racing trip that we went on. But at any rate, yeah, Josh Berry gets the win. JRM has a coming out party. What other observation?
One thing, speaking of JRM, Noah Gragson won the final Dash for Cash. That makes him a 6-time Dash for Cash winner, which is tied in for Elliott Sadler for the most of all time.
Wow. 6 times a winner of the Dash for Cash.
He posted on his Instagram or something a picture of like all the checks he had him. It's pretty cool. And Noah said that he divvies up the 100,000 and gives it to his crew members. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I love that.
I don't like Gregson, but he does some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Gregson's a tool on the racetrack, but you can't say he's not a great dude off it. Who was it? Mike, was it you and Thoman that wound up meeting Gregson at JRM the one time? Or am I thinking
No.
I'm thinking of someone else. There was someone in the racing community, the tribe, that met Gregson unexpectedly, and I forget who exactly it was. But they just met Gregson out of the blue at Junior Motorsports. So that was
blue was Eric Almirola out in the Dover campgrounds.
Wow.
This was 2018. So.
Damn. So we go from Xfinity to the Cup race, and again, this was a Chevy party. Even though Kyle Busch in a Toyota led the most laps, you still had obviously Chase Elliott getting his first win of the year. Speaking of Thoman, he's the biggest Chase Elliott fan that any of us knows. So he was understandably over the moon. He wound up telling us afterward, he said, yeah, it took all I had not to yell at work. We finally won on an oval. But, Chase Elliott Chase Elliott wins, gets his first win of 2022. Ross Chastain got up there, led a bunch of laps. How about Ricky Stenhouse coming home in second?
Yeah, that was
all
impressive.
that far behind Chase. You had that. Chris Buescher in a Ford. He won the pole for the event. Got up there, led some laps, finished, I think, 8th in the race. So, gentlemen, about the Cup race at Dover. Take it where you want to take it.
I only saw the Monday portion because Sunday I was at the Oriole game, and then we were in a 2-hour rain delay, so I kept checking on Dover's weather because we were getting hit with the shit, and that's what called the Cup race into tomorrow yesterday afternoon. So,
Landon, what say you?
As far as Sunday goes, the crowd, that was the biggest crowd I've seen at Dover in a long time, and that was great. That thing was packed. Obviously, it wasn't full, but it was good.
No, but which is surprising though, because SMI, who owns tracks like Charlotte, Texas, Las Vegas, they purchased Dover. And we kept seeing all of these posts like, oh, they've jacked up the prices, they took out like camping areas and stuff like that. But to see a crowd like that before the rain delay was very interesting, a little bit unexpected.
The crowd was still big yesterday, so
yeah, still a pretty sizable crowd.
Yeah, they had a good turnout yesterday as well.
So talking about loose wheels, Sam Mayer had it on Saturday, and then when the race resumed on Monday, Denny Hamlin lost his left front tire
after winning stage 1, just like Sam Mayer.
So Hamlin wins stage 1. He gets 4 fresh tires on his car. The left front pops off. And the tire was outrunning Hamlin as he was exiting.
That was funny.
No, Hamlin won the race on pit road. His tire came out second.
Yeah.
Yeah, his tire beat him off pit road. It's pretty funny.
Yes. And and Hamlin now has a dubious claim. He can now say that he has had that penalty, 4-race penalty, come down for both the car he drives and the car he owns. Because Bubba had the same thing happen at COTA. Bubba had the same thing happen at COTA.
Denny wasn't the only one, though. AJ also lost his tire.
Oh, AJ lost a tire, too.
And he also got that. His crew also got the 4-race vacation.
Yeah, but because remember, I don't remember when, but I think it was coming back from commercial. The crewman was on the phone with, I'm assuming his wife, pretty much saying that, well, we're on vacation for the next 4 weeks.
Probably on the phone with Chris Rice down there calling. They're all down.
No, it was Hamlin's crew member, not Allmendinger's.
Oh, but you were saying that one of Allmendinger's crew members was on the phone with Welcome saying, yeah, we're gonna be sitting at the house the next month. That would be pretty funny. Well, though,
I would.
Chris Rice is probably there. I know he was a crew chief for a long time.
Goes.
Team president, yeah. So, about the Cup race at Dover, any more further observations? How about Hamlin? How about Hamlin's day going from bad to worse? Him tangling with Cody Ware of all people, and we saw the rare can opener in that crash. Someone,
if I recall correctly, that's the first time we've seen that on the next gen, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
I thought so. I didn't think we had seen that yet.
And for those of you who are watching this, not knowing what can opener means for the racing, it's when someone spins, gets hit in the door, and they hit it at the right spot, and it just peels
Literally
off.
curls
the
it off
sheet
like
metal.
a can.
Peels off all the sheet metal on that particular side of the car. That's pretty fun. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny to watch happen. So
the only
that
other observation I have about the Cup race is I felt that it was like Richmond. Richmond historically has been a kind of boring track, at least the past couple of years. But the next gen race there last April was pretty good. It wasn't like a great race, but Richmond's boring. So if you have a decent race, it's like, hey, I thought the same thing at Dover. I love the Dover, the track, but I felt like the racing the past couple of years hasn't been that great. I was happy with what I saw on Monday. It was a good race.
It was. It was a great race. And one thing more about Chase Elliott winning, he denied Kyle Busch a win on his birthday weekend. I thought that was pretty
Which
fun.
had not happened yet. The last 2 times it happened, he won.
Yeah, and then also there was another reason I chose Chase is because you had Baltimore City firefighter Lieutenant. Give me 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I have a note.
Whoa.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Mike's getting eaten by wild dogs. Mike Council, we hardly knew ye.
No, I'm good. That's just my dog.
I see.
So, like I was saying, Lieutenant, let me pull it up the Facebook post again.
All right.
Okay.
Dog is a boisterous Kyle Busch fan.
Yeah. I know I got tagged in it. Yep, there we go. Yeah, Lieutenant Paul Buttram, who passed away back in January, was on the car.
Mm-hmm.
He also was a season ticket holder at Dover. So,
well, that's cool. Obviously, rest in peace to him and his, condolences. But that's pretty cool that he won then.
So, on top of the racing we had at Dover this weekend, we also had the IndyCar series going south to Alabama, making their annual pilgrimage to Barber Motorsports Park, just outside of Birmingham. And what observations did y'all have about IndyCar at Barber?
Long story short, didn't see it. Same reason as why I missed 78 laps of the Cup race.
Well, yeah, like Mike has said, he had a good reason. He was either at the Orioles game or he was helping our friend, the other Jonathan, move. So,
yep.
He had a good enough
biggest
reason.
thing I saw from Barber is that something I was expecting a lot from NASCAR this season. They couldn't keep them things on track. They kept spinning out. And I don't quite know why, because as far as I know, they didn't really change much about the package.
But
they kept spinning.
Ain't that Barber most years?
I mean, they usually have some chaotic stuff, but not usually just like single spins.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was Ray Hall and Grosjean. They had a little incident. Grosjean went for a dive, kind of missed, body slammed him, and Ray Hall was not having it. And apparently a lot of people got mad at Ray Hall for what he said, but he was like, he just stood up. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Don't usually see that in IndyCar.
And we had a pretty interesting fight for the win at the end. Did we not?
Yeah. Between Pato and
VK.
VK.
Wow.
VK led most of the laps, but Pato was able to get back in victory lane.
It makes me happy to see how much Renus VK has progressed this year over last. Because he
got that win last year at Iowa. The Indy GP. Or was it Iowa?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
thought he won at Iowa last year.
And yeah, he's had great improvements since then.
But yeah, it's the youth movement is on in IndyCar because
Yes.
we've seen guys like Pato, like Renus VK, Felix Rosenquist, all make the jump up. And we're seeing, the old guard like Scott Dixon, like Joseph Newgarden. We're seeing all those guys kind of take a back seat to the youth movement. I'm very happy to see that. And I think that NASCAR is on the cusp of something similar in the next couple of years, which is going to be fun. It's going to be fun dealings the next couple of years, both in NASCAR and, in IndyCar. So we will now turn our attention to the slate of races coming up this weekend at the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway, Darlington, South Carolina, which is where us three and a few others went last year for the Southern 500, which was a great time. That race is in September. This one is on Mother's Day weekend. So unlike last week, we have all three series running at Darlington this weekend. And we have a lot more to talk about Darlington than just predictions, though we will save that for after we get predictions out of the way. So, as I said, all three of the top series are running: NASCAR, the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. And we'll start with the trucks, and we'll go around the room. We'll start with Landon, and we will go clockwise. I think I already know who he's going to pick for the trucks, but
I'll come back to this. I was just reading something from Bob Pockridge. He said that on the 11 car, the suspension that they got, they suspended Blake Houston, who was listed as the front tire changer, but he wasn't the one that actually changed the tire. It was Mike Hicks who lost the front wheel, but they're still suspending the other guy, which I don't get.
How do you confirm?
I guess they just changed it around, swapped something around, and he messed up. But because he was listed as the front tire changer, he's getting suspended, which is kind of dumb. But I don't know.
Weird. Let me butt in right here. But you know how JGR is with their new next gen pit stop?
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, they did. They got a new choreography.
Yeah, so because Hicks may have been the front tire changer for the right side, rear tire changer on the left.
Yeah, that's possible.
True, maybe. Yeah.
That is possible.
But anyways, what was your question?
We're picking for Darlington. We're picking trucks for Darlington. I think I know who you're going to pick, but say it anyway.
Oh, our picks?
We do. Oh, by the way, before you get into that, there is the Spire truck is back, 7 truck, but I've not heard anything, not even a rumor about who might be driving the 7 truck. So just keep that in mind. So Landon, who do you pick for Darlington trucks?
Let's go for. And this is picks, right? Like who we think was going to win the race.
Yeah. He scanned the entry list for Cup drivers.
Nemechek, I guess.
J-Chen? Oh, that's not a bad pick. Didn't he? No. It was Creed that won the race that we were at, wasn't it?
Yeah, the name. No. Wait, yes. The name that came to mind was I was like, oh, I could do Sheldon. Oh, he's not in the trucks.
Yeah. So that's brain fart on Landon's end. Mike, what say you for the trucks?
I think I have a pick. And
all right.
Let me pull a throwback out of my
Oh, he's going the throwback route here. I see.
Yeah, I'm going throwback route.
And,
So
I think I know who he's going to pick.
Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking, because you mentioned throwback, and there's not very many good trucks doing throwbacks. I think you're going to pick Tyler Ankrum.
You got that right on the nail.
See, I know Mike better than he knows his own self. So, my pick for the trucks is someone who has been really good at Darlington in the past in multiple series, and he's not made. I think he's only made one other truck start this year, but I think he's going to be a threat, and I think he's going to be a winning threat. Give me the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain, to win the truck race at Darlington. Yeah, Landon.
Honestly,
Landon. Yeah, I was thinking you were gonna pick Ross. I was thinking you.
I forgot he was in the race.
Yeah, he's in that 41 truck that he was in Atlanta. I think. I think that 41 is the Cram team, just going under a little different name.
Nope, it's Nice.
I think that's the
Cram
team.
shut his operations down.
No, he didn't. Cram, I think.
Last I checked,
I think Cram still has a couple of trucks. Cram has a couple of trucks left. And by the way, our executive producer just walked into the comments here. Hello, Renee Yaworsky. Lovely to see you here. Renee is busy. She has a show. She is directing a show that comes right immediately after this. It's Casual with Rory Penland is coming back after the break that we've been on for the last little bit. So we have our truck picks in for Darlington. And now we turn our sights to Xfinity. So Landon, you got that. I know who you're going to pick for Xfinity. I know. Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Chase Elliott.
No. That's probably a good shout, but I'm going Sheldon Creed.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking that Creed's going to break the little bad hoodoo that's around him right now.
I'm trying to not pick the Cup guys.
All right, Mike. What do you say for the Xfinity race at Darlington? Yeah.
My pick?
Yes.
For the Xfinity race is a throwback.
Oh, you're going with Ty Gibbs. I love that scheme.
That's a great throwback. It's so good.
I'm surprised they've not done that throwback because they've done the Dale Jarrett throwback a bunch of times. They've done that Dale Jarrett Interstate Batteries car a bunch of times, but I don't think they've ever done that Interstate Batteries car in particular. I think Gibbs is going to have a really good showing, but I got to say this regarding my pick. Sometimes the low-hanging fruit tastes the sweetest. Yes, I'm going with Chase Elliott. And Thoman, if you watch the replay, I will take my brownie points as a lump sum. So, all right. We've got 2 of the 3 series in the can for predictions. And now we'll go with the Cup race. So, Landon, we'll start with you, and we'll go around the horn clockwise. He's in deep thought. Who's he gonna pick?
I'm gonna break my streak. I had not picked the same guy twice yet. I'm breaking it. We're going
All
with
right.
number 1, Ross Chastain, who's winning the Cup race.
You motherfucker. You stole my pick, you son of a bitch. You stole my pick. God dang it. If I could reach you this screen and strangle you, I would do it. You bastard. You fucking bastard. Oh, my God. All right. So, Landon is a bitch. He picked my pick. He sniped my pick out from beneath me. So, Mike, what say you for the Cup race at Darlington?
I'm looking at 3 schemes that will definitely run on Sunday.
Yes.
In diecast form.
Who you picking?
Choices are Harrison Burton, Kurt Busch, or this guy.
Oh, you're thinking Willie B does it.
Mhm.
You're thinking Willie B does it with them Jeff Gordon Flames.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't a bad pick. Willie B's been hot here lately.
That he is.
Okay, so Landon took my pick out from beneath me. He stole Ross. I'm thinking of who all usually does good at Darlington. There's 4 or 5 names floating in my head right now that always usually does pretty good at Darlington. You know what? I don't think I've picked this person yet this year to win a race. And if I have, I've only done it once. But I'm going to do it here. He usually does pretty good at Darlington. He's got a good track record there. And I think he's due. For a win. Give me Martin Truex Jr.
He's due.
Give me MTJ to get
You
it
have
done.
not picked him yet.
I have not picked MTJ. I felt like I had somewhere along the way, but I guess not. So, yeah, I was torn between, if you want me to be honest, I was torn between him and Chase and Hamlin.
I was going to say Chase.
I
thought about Denny Hamlin.
Those 3 are always good.
I almost went with Hamlin, but Hamlin is in a very bad luck rut right now. So I was like, nah.
Man, you could have picked Hamlin and saved me the Chastain pick, you bitch.
Sorry, I've only been right twice. So
yeah, I don't even know if I've had a right pick in any series.
You got one in the Cup.
I still
what
can't
that that being what? Wait.
You got Larson at Fontana.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought about Larson too. That us 3 forgetting Larson's probably going to come back to bite us if we're being honest. So
probably
Darlington. I mentioned that we have more to talk about Darlington than just picks. Now, up until a year or 2 ago, Throwback Weekend was the Southern 500, Labor Day weekend.
Last year changed.
Darlington got 2 race dates last year, 2 normal race dates. It actually had 3 race dates in 2020, but that was on account of COVID. And the schedule was weird. I still don't know how they got 36 races in, but they did. And since Darlington got 2 race dates back, the Throwback Weekend at Darlington is now this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. And boy, there has been some really good throwback schemes that's come out this year across all 3 series. So I tell you what we'll do. Let me go to J-Skis right quick, and let me thumb through the throwbacks that have been released. And like I say, I know there's a lot of whole lot of throwbacks. It'll take me a second to get the page pulled up here, the paint scheme page. So I think we'll go series by series here. Let's start, since I'm on the Cup page right now, we'll start with the Cup Series throwbacks, and it'll come up eventually here. So I can tell you this right now. I have a favorite throwback paint scheme amidst the Cup. I actually have I'm bald-faced lying. I actually have about a 3 or 4 way tie. I actually have about a 3 or 4 way tie for my favorite throwback weekend, or my favorite scheme for this year's throwback weekend, which is in the spring again. So I'm hustling, waiting to see. Well, they don't have the throwbacks per team for this weekend, but I can say with confidence that my favorite throwback among the Cup throwbacks is one that just was released today, and that is Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez throwing back to the time that Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. ran Coke schemes at the exhibition race, because in 1998, NASCAR, after the season had wrapped, they did an exhibition at, I think, Motegi. Twin Ring Motegi is where they had the exhibition there in Japan. And it was the first time that Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Jr. ever raced against each other. Dale Jr. was in a black Coke car with the white icebergs and everything, with Coke Polar Bear and everything there. And Senior was running a cherry red Coke car. And there's actually a pretty funny story about that. So Junior actually outran Senior in that exhibition race at Twin Ring Motegi. And it's after the race. They're getting their driving suits off, getting showers, changing back into their regular civilian clothes. Junior's in the garage area or someplace like that, taking his shoes off and everything. And Senior walks by, and I believe the story is that Senior chucked one of his shoes at Junior. I believe that's how the story goes. Senior chucked one of his shoes at Junior because Junior actually outran him that day.
I haven't heard that story in years, so thanks for bringing that back up.
Yeah, I just forgot about it till just now. But yeah, my favorite throwbacks of the ones that's been released so far for Cup are those throwbacks for Trackhouse, throwing back to Dale Sr. and Jr.'s Coca-Cola cars. Landon, what is your favorite throwback of the Cup throwbacks?
For Cup, I've got it pretty narrowed down. It's I'm still waiting to see some. Like I haven't seen Blaney's car yet or anything like that.
I don't think Blaney's running a throwback. He's running the advanced scheme.
I don't think so either. Well, but I'd say my favorite is probably Harrison Burton. He's throwing back to his dad in the Exceed car. That thing looks so good.
Car. Wait, how'd you pronounce that? Good. How did you pronounce that? It's Exide.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Exide. I thought everybody knew.
But anyways, it's super good.
Yes, and he threw back to his dad's 2000 Exide paint scheme, which I don't know. Yep, there it is, right there. There's the scheme. Hold it up to the camera a little closer there, Mike. Nice. Yeah, that is a very nice paint scheme. One of my favorites of the 2000s or early 2000s. So yeah, Harrison is throwing back to his dad for the Cup race. Mike, what is your favorite throwback of the ones that's been released thus far?
Well, I mean, I have a little bias towards that, and it's not Cindric. The one
Lay it on us, Chief.
Little bias towards.
Yes.
Bush is going to be running Sunday.
Oh yeah, Busher is throwing back to Matt Kenseth, back when he drove that yellow and black 17 DeWalt car. God, I miss that car.
Actually, I have one.
You know who? I'm surprised one of the Gibbs guys ain't run. I'm surprised Bell ain't run that scheme because Bell was sponsored by DeWalt.
Revealed his throwback.
Mm-hmm. I know the
2017 Truck Series. So
yeah, that is true. He is running the scheme he won the truck title in 2017 with. So now
and then Hamlin's giving me PTSD with his 2016 Daytona 500.
Oh, the 2016.
Severe.
Let me tell a story about it. I still kick myself in the ass for missing the finish of that 500 because I make it a point to watch the 500 all the way through. 2016, because that race, if I'm mistaken, was relatively boring. It was all controlled by the Gibbs cars. I didn't think anything would happen. So I left. I went somewhere. I forget where I went. But I heard the finish of that race on the radio. And my jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh my God. What have I missed here? And it turns out I missed. That finish is basically the 2007 Daytona 500 finish without the crash. That's basically what the finish of that race is.
Yeah.
God dang. And Denny Hamlin ties the record for the closest Daytona 500 win, which, funny enough, the record was set in that 2007 race, Kevin Harvick over Mark Martin. And Hamlin tied it by beating Martin Truex by a single 1/10 of a second.
Yep. Actually, no, he passed.
No, he wasn't a 1/10 of a second. It was 100th. A single 100th, I think.
Yeah.
10,000ths of a second.
I did want to mention Rick Ware hasn't released their paint schemes yet. They released some teasers today. I don't know what the 51 is, but the 15, it's a Clint Boyer 5-hour energy car, and I love that scheme. So that'll be cool to see.
Let me actually look on Twitter real quick.
It's on their Twitter.
So okay, so we'll pivot now from the Cup Series to Xfinity in terms of throwbacks. And again, my favorite of the Xfinity lot is again a scheme that was released today. Stephen Parsons is throwing back to you were going to pick that one, weren't you? We're even now.
That's a good one.
We're even now, fucker. So yeah, Stephen Parsons is throwing back to his father Phil's ride that he had in 1988 and 89. Phil Parsons actually won with that paint scheme in the 1988.
Bubba just dropped. Bubba's throwback is to himself. Sorry, cut you.
Oh shit! I just remembered. Well, let me give my honorable mentions for the Cup throwbacks because I forgot about that. Honorable mention number 1, Kurt Busch's McDonald's throwback to Bill Elliott. I didn't even think of that one. And then honorable mention number 2. Oh, what is honorable mention number 2? It was Kurt's Kurt's McDonald's throwback. Yes, that very car. It was Kurt's McDonald's throwback, and it was Bowman's Valvoline throwback. Throwing it back to Mark Martin. So those are my honorable mentions for Cups. So yeah, my pick for my favorite throwback in Xfinity is Stephen Parsons throwing back to his dad's Skull Scheme from 1988. Landon, what about you?
Well, I guess I'm gonna go with Ty Gibbs and Exceed batteries. That thing looks exceptionally well.
Interstate. It's Interstate this time.
Oh yeah, it is.
Man,
my brain.
We're gonna get Landon.
Oh, I've chosen 2 battery sponsors.
Landon. This is how he angles for sponsors on this show. This is how he does it. This is how he angles for sponsors for Ranting Racing. I can't say nothing about it though. I respect the hustle. So, Mike, what say you pertaining to favorite paint scheme or favorite throwback scheme in Xfinity for this weekend?
I've already showed it once. I'll show it again.
Yeah, you went with Ty Gibbs as well.
It's so good.
It is. It so is. And
I love
love
NASCAR no too. So
yeah.
there's a bias in this one.
So we'll pivot now from Xfinity to the trucks in terms of favorite throwbacks over the weekend. And my favorite throwback in the trucks is what Matt DiBenedetto is doing with Rackley War Racing. They are throwing back to the Silver Bullet, the 40 car, Sterling Marlin that ran in the early and mid 2000s. And that scheme has, and I've told this story before, but that scheme has a personal tie with me because it was that number 40 silver Coors Light car that won the first race I ever watched. 2002 Fall Charlotte. Jamie McMurray was behind the wheel. He was substituting. There it is. McMurray was substituting for Marlin. He had sustained an injury to his neck at Kansas a couple of weeks before it. Mike, hold it up a little higher and bring it over a little bit. There you go. There's the Silver Bullet, the whole 40 car. And Matt DiBenedetto is throwing back to that car. And it's a great looking paint scheme too. I'll throw the images to some of these throwbacks into the comments after we're done here. So Matt DiBenedetto has my vote in the trucks. Landon, what about you in the I think I know what you're gonna say though.
Possibly.
You're gonna
before I say it, I want to I want some honorable mentions. One of them I was going to do was Matt DiBenedetto's. I know who made that truck. It's Hershey Designs. He works for Rackley War. It's got a bit of a metallic to it. I've seen some pictures. It's really nice. So he did a great job on that. I want to shout out to Tyler Ankrum and that Mike Skinner truck. That thing is sick.
That's who I thought you were going to pick.
That's not it though. But that thing is sick. And then I also want to shout out to
it's actually 2 drivers throwing back to that Mike Skinner scheme.
That was the other one I was going to throw back, or that I was going to shout out to. Because the designer of that, his first name's Vincent. It's been 7 years since his last scheme on track, so this is really cool for him that he got a scheme on tracks. That's awesome. But I'm gonna pull a Mike here, and my favorite one.
Oh, here we go. What might this be?
Would be Mr. Carson Hocevar.
Throwing back to Pastrana.
I love this thing. It looks sick. And Noah, Lefty Designs, did that, and it looks sick.
You know, I almost picked Hocevar for the truck race.
Hey, maybe.
Because if you remember last year, that truck race was his coming out party. Came home second in that race. Oh, gosh. So, Mike, what say you in regards to the trucks, the throwback schemes in the trucks?
Easily. The cousin to what I'm holding right now, really. Even though it may be different colors, but it's not really Gatorade, but it's Mountain Dew.
Wait a minute. Who's throwing back to that scheme in the trucks? No one.
I grabbed the wrong car. So.
That'll do it every time. That'll do it every
time. That's why I said the cousin of the Gatorade car, really, the Mountain Dew car.
Oh. So what's your pick for the trucks, the throwbacks in the trucks?
Danny Bone.
Oh, who's he throwing back to?
Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's right. The 1981 scheme, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I completely forgot about Danny Bone running that. So, with the time that we have left, let's talk about a pretty big happening that went down on Monday. Now, the casual race fan may not know who this person is, but if you're a diehard gearhead like we are, you probably will have heard at some point the story of L.W. Wright. Now, L.W. Wright is someone who made just one Cup start in his entire career. He bought a car from Sterling Marlin, ran at Talladega in 1982. He went to Nashville the next week to try and make the race there, failed to make the field, and did not pay up. He did not pay Sterling Marlin for the car, and he split. He just vanished. He was basically NASCAR's equivalent of D.B. Cooper. 40 years, no one had heard from him. 40 years, no one had heard from him until this week. The Scene Vault podcast shouts to Rick Houston and Steve Wade. They found L.W. Wright, and they have an interview of him in the can. They posted a part of it, and more surely will be coming pretty soon. And he's legit. He has the driver's suit and everything. He says his real name is actually Larry, and I cannot wait to hear the rest of this interview because, like I said, if you're a diehard gearhead like the three of us are, you will know about that story. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see all of this stuff coming down. So we covered the whole run of stuff. We covered loose wheels. We covered throwback schemes. We covered the D.B. Cooper of NASCAR. And that's just the start.
One more
of
thing.
What's coming.
One more
yes,
thing.
Landon.
And this is pretty odd coming from me. Formula One is in the U.S. this week.
Yes.
They're running at Miami in what looks like a pretty. I don't know how the track is going to run, but I saw an overview of the track today. It looks cool. I don't know if it'll race well, but it looks cool.
I did not know
they're in town, and that's odd because I don't like Formula One.
At Miami. I thought they were running in Miami in the summertime, later in the summer.
They're running outside the Hard Rock Stadium.
Yes. I saw the layout of that F1 track a long, long time ago, but I forget exactly how it lays out. So, when is F1 running at COTA this year or not?
Yes.
When?
Next year, going to be running 3 races in America.
What's the third track?
Las Vegas.
Oh, that track.
Oh, yeah.
I had that in my mind, but I was thinking that, but I didn't know if it was right or not.
Las Vegas Thanksgiving weekend.
By the way, one quick thing more, and then we'll wrap up. Formula One is starting to get a real grip in America, and it's slowly been creeping up in popularity over the years, but yeah, it's really starting to catch fire in America. And you're starting to see, because let's face it, for the longest time, it had been the Lewis Hamilton show. But now you've got guys, like Max Verstappen and cats like that coming up. And it's just, Formula One's basically going through what IndyCar is going through right now. You're seeing a bit of a change at the top, though it's not really as profound in F1 yet like it is in IndyCar, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. And I cannot wait to see how everything shakes out. And Mike still has the Gatorade, that late 70s Darrell Waltrip Gatorade throwback. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and watching this show. Better late than never. Better late than never. We had some stuff come up last night and we couldn't really do it, but we got it in tonight. And man, we covered the run of stuff. And I'm so happy about that. And stay tuned, because immediately following us here is the return of It's Casual with Rory Penland, and I might make a brief on-screen appearance there. And we've got a whole big bunch of things coming up, boys and girls, so sit tight and get you some popcorn, get you something to drink, and we'll entertain you tonight. So have a great rest of your night. Take care, much love, and may God richly bless you all.